Hi, this is Crystal. Welcome to my channel for eating well. Today I want to introduce you to one of my favorite recipe, Mapo Tofu. Are you feeling hungry? Want to eat something full of flavor and is super healthy? Today's recipe will definitely meet this standard. Tofu, you might be thinking, I'm not a big fan of tofu, but please hear me out before you say no to this amazing food. Tofu is a superfood for protein. Protein is one of the three essential macronutrients, carbs, protein, and fats, that our body needs to support our day-to-day functions. Tofu has complete proteins and contains all 9 essential amino acids just like meat. But tofu also wins over beef and cheese for the amount of protein it contains for the same amount of calorie intake. For example, every 100 calories of tofu has 11 grams of protein, and beef has 8.9 grams, cheese has 6.2 grams. Tofu also contains no cholesterol. It helps lower the bad cholesterol, the harmful cholesterol that carries particles to clog your arteries. Tofu is also rich in nutrition. Not just high in protein, tofu is also a valuable plant source of iron, calcium, and the minerals manganese and phosphorus. In addition to this, it also contains magnesium, copper, zinc, and vitamin B1. The last but not least, tofu is an excellent food for your weight loss. It is low in calorie. A half cup of tofu contains only 94 calories. The same amount of beef contains 331 calories, and cheese contains 320 calories. If you think tofu is too bland for the taste, that's probably because you don't know the ways to cook tofu. As the jewels in the kitchen in China, and there are so many ways to cook it. Stir-fried, salad, soup. It is a very versatile food. Today's recipe will definitely change how you think about tofu. For the concerns of genetically modified soybeans, you can choose the organic tofu to prepare your meals. Now let's get out of the theory part. Let me show you how to make the nutritious taste delicious. First, prepare the ingredients. I used organic firm tofu I bought from Costco. 1 pack is perfectly for 1 dish. Drain the water from the box. Use your kitchen towel to wipe the extra water from the tofu. Cut the tofu in half, then into small cubes. Part of the reason I liked firm tofu is it holds the position pretty well, so it's easier to cut. I don't know why cutting tofu makes me so satisfying. It is soft like meat, but it's not as greasy and messy as meat. And often I can steal a few cubes while I'm cutting. You can eat tofu just out of the box. The next step is to prepare the spices. We will need green onions, garlic, and ginger. These 3 are the essential spices for almost every Chinese meal. Chop the green onions to fine, small pieces. Green onion is for the last step of this dish, to garnish for fresh flavors. And then we're gonna cut ginger. Cut into slices, and then into fine, small pieces. You want to taste the ginger, but you don't want to chew on ginger. So the smaller, the better. Then we beat the garlic, so it's easier to peel the skin, and then chop it down. The next ingredient is the unique one, soybean paste. This is the ingredient that gives this dish the special reddish brownish color, and it's made out of soybean. Tofu is made out of soybean. It's kind of the same food family. You should be able to find it in your local Asian market. If you can't, and you can also buy it on Amazon. I put the link under the description below the video. The last one is the Sichuan peppercorn. I use my wood garlic ginger mortar and pestle grinding bowl to mash the pepper. If you have a pepper grinder, you can use that to mash the pepper. And I use the sieve to separate the coarser. Now we have ginger, garlic, green onion, soybean paste, and the peppercorn. The traditional way of cooking Mapo tofu includes the ground pork. If you are a vegetarian, you can replace it with the chopped mushrooms. You don't really need a lot of meat. I only use 2 ounces meat. In a lot of Chinese meals, meat being added just for its supplemental taste, texture is not the main character in this dish. After the cutting, and put it in a bowl and set aside. Now let's turn the heat on high and boil some water. Add the tofu cubes in. Let it simmer for a few minutes. This step is to drain the extra water inside of tofu and also make the seasoning easier to get into the tofu later on. Drain the water out and set the tofu on the side. Turn the heat back on high and wait until the wok dry before you pour the oil in. Add 1 to 2 tablespoons oil. Spread the oil around. Wait until the oil is hot. Then put the ground pork in. Stir until the meat changes color. Now add ginger, then garlic, and stir. Add soybean paste in. Pour some water in to blend the ingredients together. Now you can see the soup base has a very nice, rich and brown color. I also like to add extra chili oil to increase the spiciness and a little bit of red color. There are 3 standards for a good dish: the color, the smell, and the taste. So it's very important to have the right color. The soup base should be enough to soak the tofu completely. If it's not, add more water in. You also should add 1 teaspoon sugar, 1 to 2 teaspoons soy sauce to enhance the flavor. Now it's time to add the tofu in. Stir back and forth. Let it simmer for a few minutes to give tofu time to absorb the flavor. While it is cooking, you will need to prepare the thickening. I use 1 tablespoon cornstarch, add 2 tablespoons cold water to dilute, and mix evenly. Then pour the cornstarch liquid in the soup base. Almost immediately, you can see the soup is thickening. Stir a few times. Don't cook too long till the soup dry out. You want the creamy, tasty soup for your rice. Now it's ready. Turn off the heat and transfer tofu into your dinner plate. And the last step is to garnish. Sprinkle the green onions we prepared before and the peppercorns on top of the plate. To finish up this dish, a flavorful, tasty, and eye-catching Mapo Tofu is ready to serve. Paired with rice and other green leafy vegetables and some soup, your dinner will be easy and delicious. Try out this recipe and you will love it. Healthy food can be very tasty if you learn some basic cooking skills. Start with this recipe to eat good food and enjoy good health. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.